This is for all the young men out there who want to teach God's word. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth." God's word is the most powerful thing in the world. There's nothing that can top it, nothing that can match it. No quote, no teacher, no statistic can best God's word. But if it's not handled correctly, it is very dangerous and can be twisted to say a whole bunch of things that it doesn't really say. So if you feel like God is calling you to teach, here is my encouragement to you. Be very patient. Be very patient until you really, really know the scriptures. There's this story that I ran across while I was reading this book about Jonathan Edwards. He was involved in the first great spiritual awakening in America. This is what the book says about him. I wanted to read it to you because I think that it's very good, and I think it proves this point. In September 1720, just before his 17th birthday, Jonathan Edwards graduated from Yale College with the highest honors. So he's 16 and he graduates Yale. He continued on in graduate study for nearly 2 years, and in June or July 1722 was licensed to preach the gospel. So now he's 18 or 19 and he's licensed to preach. In September 1723, he received the degree of Master of Arts from Yale and was elected as a tutor. Though he supplied the pulpit of a small church in New York City for several months, he could not agree to accept a permanent charge until he had spent 6 years in study after his graduation from college. Remarking that in this, Jonathan Edwards was like John Calvin, who even after he had published Institutes of the Christian Religion, did not consider himself as sufficiently mature in knowledge to undertake the pastoral office. Dr. Samuel Miller cannot resist the following observation. When will young men, unspeakably inferior to these masterminds, both in capacity and attainment, learn to resist the spirit of superficial, presumptuous haste, which is hurrying them prematurely into the pulpit and burdening the church to a lamentable extent with blind leaders of the blind? So that is my charge to you, and it's my charge to me. If I'm going to get up here on social media and teach God's word, I have to be super careful with what I'm doing. So I encourage all of you to know God's word and to talk to your pastors and talk to grounded believers and make sure that you are handling the word of truth correctly. There's a higher bar set for teachers, and stricter judgment will come upon anyone who doesn't handle God's word well. So I pray that that would be an encouragement to somebody to keep you on the right path, keep you from being a zealous preacher who doesn't actually know what he's talking about. And I say it as a warning as well to the church. We don't need any more people who don't know what they're talking about. So that's what I wanted to say. I think that it's very important. And I hope that you guys will follow this channel if you like this content. Send this video to any friend who loves old preachers, and check out the Strength Enhanced podcast for more encouragement.